Alright, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Play Open RuneScape Classic. This is Westbrook here playing as my character Theldimar, the Ironman account on the Open RuneScape Classic server, specifically the RSC Preservation server, an authentic replica of the original RuneScape Classic. And in today's episode, I need to see how my audio's set up today. In today's episode, I need to grind combat, preferably as quickly as possible. I should say. My current short-term goal is to reach combat level 30, of which we are currently at 20. We hit 20 in the last stream, to prepare for the Delrith fight in the Demon Slayer quest. So if this is in case this is your first time watching, pardon me, adjusting audio settings. In case this is your first time watching this video series, or in case you just feel like being reminded, the long-term goal of this character is to complete all 50 of the original quests in RuneScape Classic and to earn the Cape of Legends. So with that goal in mind, we have completed one quest so far. See if I can show you. We've completed the Cook's Assistant quest, which was a lot of fun, and we are now heading into quest number 2, which is Demon Slayer. And Demon Slayer involves a fight with a demon called Delrith, which is combat level 30. And so I'm going to, right now I'm just working my way up to combat level 30. That's kind of the goal. That has been the goal in the last few sessions, and yeah, that's going to continue. Be the goal today. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Appreciate you being here. So right now, it looks like I'm training attack, working on getting my attack up to level 20. And right now, I'm killing cows to collect food to continue to use in my continued training. My preferred training location right now is at the Kharid Warriors. Where slowly but surely, Theldimar is getting more and more adept at slaying warriors, which are definitely better XP than cows. But it's still taking me quite a bit of food to make my way through warriors, and so I'm having to supplement my training over there with trips over to Fred the Farmer's cow pasture to collect some beef while also gaining valuable combat XP. So yeah, in the last stream we were able to work our way up from 17 to 20 combat level, and that was a pretty long stream. And we started like almost at level 18 already. So I feel like a pretty reasonable goal for this stream would be to shoot for combat level 22. Yeah, let's we'll take that as our starting point for a goal for this session, and see how it goes. Yeah, my setup right now, my kind of routine is going to be kill cows, collect their beef, cook it, bring the food over to Kharid, kill warriors using that food, bank the hides to support. Yeah, an attack level already. We just started. Let's go. Attack level 19. That is great news. The higher that gets, the quicker we'll be able to roll through guards, or warriors, I should say. The mistake I keep making. Yeah, collecting these hides as well to pay, to finance the trip back and forth between Kharid and Lumbridge. And, once we run low on food for the trips back and forth, we will take little intermediate breaks to craft our hides, gain some crafting XP, and sell it for gold. That'll kind of like perpetuate the process, and I feel like right now that's probably the path I'm going to take. My current goal is to make it to combat level 30 ahead of questing again, and it's possible that if I feel like it's if I feel like the grind has been too long and I'm just really ready to get questing, then I have considered stopping early at like 25 to 27 and just, giving it a shot, seeing if we can kill Delrith from a lower level. But I really would like to hit 30 also, so that I can potentially contend with, I think one of the quest descriptions mentioned perhaps an ice giant coming up, and also the Black Knight's Fortress quest. Those are two Those are two things that I'm thinking about. Black Knight's Fortress, it looks like the knights. Let's see, are they 46? Let me go back to the manual. So another caveat, in case you are new to this series, another caveat of this account, more so than just being an Ironman account, during this Let's Play, I'm not allowed to look up any additional information about RuneScape Classic other than what is made available in the official 2003 RuneScape Classic manual as it is archived on RSC Wiki. Other than that, I'm just going off a few small kind of tips and tricks, left by commenters on YouTube or those of you who joined me in the chat. Look at that! We cooked every single meat this go round. Let's go. That is great. Anyway, let me head over to the manual for quests, and I believe there was one that said that you should be able to deal with an ice giant. Maybe that's not in the current string of quests that I'm looking at. I'm attempting to play the quests in the game in the order that they released as well, just to kind of like give the series an interesting historical, I guess, order of events, which is a pretty fun caveat to add. All in all, I feel like this is a pretty interesting Let's Play. Series of stipulations. It's been really fun for me so far, and I'm really looking forward to hitting a combat level that will allow me to go on a kind of a questing spree, is the hope. Okay, we've got some meat. Let's go drop off these hides at the bank. Slowly but surely stockpiling our cow hides, which are money. We invest 1 gold coin in the tanning of each hide, and then we turn each hide into a leather armor that we can sell for 8 gold coins each at the general store. Which is great. Okay, let's see if I can find Black Knight's Fortress. Able to defeat level 46 knights, so that should be quite a challenge even at level 30. So, yeah, I almost want to carry on with the combat XP. I almost want to carry on with the combat training through 30, just to give myself the best possible chance against Black Knights later on. Also to kind of like reduce the grinding that it will take to reach a point where I can actually kill a Black Knight. It's kind of cool that a Black Knight is isolated in like southern Draenor. Okay, now that I have a backpack not full of meat, but with a good amount of cooked meat, the next step is just to head over here to the Kharid Royal Palace and go 1v1 with some warriors. Pretty cool. But yeah, there's a Black Knight that I found kind of isolated in the south of Draenor, so that might be a good testing ground, just to kind of test the waters. Once we get to that point where we want to do the Black Knight's Fortress quest, just to test the waters and see what we're capable of. This is great. This is going really well. We are dealing lots of heavy damage against the warrior, taking very minimal damage ourselves. The overall goal for me right now is just to get to a point where I don't have to invest as much food into killing these warriors, so that I can stay here for longer and longer trips without having to go refill with food. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. I'm just trying to optimize my combat training in the best way that I can without looking up the optimal training methods, just based on what I see in the game as I explore it. Okay, guard number 2. Doing fairly well at the moment. Let me, I'm going to look up, let's see, the quest order once again, so that I can kind of talk you through what my quest completion order is going to look like. Okay. Let me do this by number. Okay. So on launch day, it looks like there were 6 quests, and I'm not exactly sure what determines the order of the 6 quests. I'm not sure why, for instance, Cook's Assistant is number 1, versus you know, Demon Slayer being number 2. Not exactly sure what determines that order. You know, for those quests launched on day 1, but January 4th, 2001, when RuneScape Classic hit the shelves, so to speak, more like the whatever the I guess it would have been their Jagex website is where I'm guessing that would have dropped. But on that day there were 6 quests, and it starts with Cook's Assistant, which was the first quest that we completed. I don't know, I think episode 2 maybe we completed that quest, and then we haven't gone questing again because quest number 2 after Cook's Assistant is Demon Slayer, which is crazy to me, just because of the combat requirement. We're going to move into Demon Slayer, so that should be fun. We'll start with the Gypsy, and I'm not exactly sure what the original series of events is in the quest. Or like the lore with like Gideon Bade. I don't know if he is still in this version of the quest. But that will be fun to experience. After that, we will head into the Restless Ghost, which should be a fun, pretty short quest. Let's see, the actual description. The Restless Ghost says, a ghost is haunting Lumbridge Graveyard. The priest of the Lumbridge Church of Saradomin wants you to find out how to get rid of it. That's just kind of a fun thing. I believe, if I remember right, that may be one of the first times, maybe the first mention of like the Pantheon in RuneScape. If you go through the story chronologically and look for lore in the game, you know, just thinking about the lore that is present in Cook's Assistant, all we really learned was ooh, I accidentally clicked on the bed. I was like, why in the world am I sleeping? In Cook's Assistant, all we really learn is just like a little bit about the Kingdom of Misthalin itself, you know, that it has a duke, his name is Horatio. I actually don't know if the cook mentioned Horatio's name or not, but more or less there's a duke of Lumbridge, and you need to bake him a cake. It's pretty light on the lore. Demon Slayer, I'm hoping, will divulge more information, given that, you know, demons are traditionally servants of Zamorak, so it'll be interesting to see if Zamorak himself is mentioned at all in the Demon Slayer quest. Yeah, something I'm really looking forward to noting. I think that Gideon Bade in the most recent adaptation of the Demon Slayer quest is a monk from the edge of a monastery, and he's hunting after a tome that he's hunting after a tome that contains information on how to summon the demon that's been stolen. I believe that's the premise of the most recent Demon Slayer. There's an older version where Gideon Bade is a demon hunter, and he's hunting down at Delrith and wants your help. Maybe I should right-click on all of these to avoid accidentally sleeping. But I don't know if that if that's even the original. That might be the RS2 adaptation of Demon Slayer, because I know that in both of those quests, in my mind, when I think about the story progression, it culminates with the summoning of Delrith, and there's like a moment where Delrith is summoned, and in classic, Delrith is just out in the open in the game world. Now, I didn't realize that until I don't know how many episodes ago, when I was just walking by and there was Delrith just stomping about the game world. And you know, you have all the level 13 Dark Wizards, and then there's one level 25 Dark Wizard that I'm assuming is like the head honcho, you know, in charge of summoning Delrith. Sweet, an herb. Great news. And then there's Delrith himself, level 30, just kind of moving around the area. Yeah, super interesting to me. That's not at all what I expected, so I'm expecting the Demon Slayer quest to go a little differently than what I remember. Super looking forward to it, kind of breaking down the lore as much as possible. Another herb. Are either of them Guam? No, neither of them are Guam. They're both unidentified. Don't get to know what they are quite yet. We are running low on food. Have to make another cow trip, and that is A-okay. We've got the funds for it. We've got the funds for several trips. Ooh, so sorry for that audio. Let's not have notifications dinging in the background. Stream, perfect. Okay, so that's all good and well. That will be a blast from the past. Gonna head into the Restless Ghost. The Restless Ghost should have some combat, but you know, like I mentioned before, I think it's more or less just going to be kind of exciting getting to talk to the priest in Lumbridge, to just to kind of see what kind of lore sets the tone for Classic specifically. If you imagine yourself as a player that has never played before, Theldimar himself is experiencing the world of Gillinor for the first time, going around just murdering members of the Kharid military and murdering Fred the Farmer's cows, mining and smithing so far, doing a little bit of fishing, some more murder. That's more or less been Theldimar's experience, and as far as, questing goes, really all he's done is baked cake so far. So it'll be interesting just to see how the world building is kind of revealed. I imagine that there might be some important examines around the game world, so I'll kind of try to keep my eyes peeled for that sort of thing. And there might be some conversations that are like maybe optional in quests that maybe you wouldn't pick up on if you weren't looking for them. So that will be interesting to see as well. Okay, so that's the first 3 quests, and those were all available on launch day, which is really cool. That's followed up with Romeo and Juliet, which is actually removed from RuneScape 3. I feel like when the game launched, and if I remember right from I have the book, what is it? The RuneScape: The First 20 Years, which is really cool, by the way. Highly recommend getting that and reading it because it's just kind of fun to move through RuneScape through the years from like a developer's perspective. Was really fun to read about. But more or less, when the game first launched, they were just kind of trying to get quests out the door, and Gillinor didn't really have this large kind of like backstory itself. I mean, Andrew Gower might have had his little lore journal at that point, but whatever the case, it wasn't super implemented in the game world. So they kind of just took ideas from other fantasy settings. You got Romeo and Juliet, where there's like King Arthur or something. I don't know if that's probably in this game. Yeah, there's like Merlin's Crystal is a quest. Interesting. So yeah, you've got some of these, other fantasy settings that are just kind of like stuck into the game world that have been removed from RuneScape 3 because they don't kind of fit with the lore of the universe, but in Classic they're still here. So yeah, we've got Romeo and Juliet number 4, which should also be a pretty simple game quest. I don't know that there's any combat at all in Romeo and Juliet. I cannot really remember the sequence of events other than it's supposed to be kind of funny. If I recall, Romeo and Juliet's kind of a humorous one, so that will be entertaining. Next we have Sheep Shearer with, I believe it's Fred the Farmer. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Fred the Farmer, and I'm interested in knowing if he mentions the Thing or not. And I believe it's been mentioned in the chat before, maybe Retro Gamer, shout out to Retro. He might have mentioned that the Thing is discussed in the Sheep Shearer quest, but yeah, I don't believe that the penguins are in Classic, so that should not be part of the lore. That should not be part of the lore, but looking forward to just seeing if Fred mentions the Thing. That'll be kind of fun. Next, we have the Shield of Arav, and if I recall correctly, this is like a gang war type quest. So let's see what the description says. The Shield of Arav. Varakian literature tells of a valuable shield stolen from long ago the Museum of Varrock. Interesting. By a gang of professional thieves. Right, I do remember that much. See if you can track down the shield and return it to the museum. I'm getting low on health. You'll need a friend to help you complete this quest. So that will be interesting, and that will need to... that was a pretty bad hit for being out of food. Interesting. Just going to kind of pay attention to the hits here while reading. See if you can track down the shield and return it to the museum. You will need a friend to help you complete this quest. Yeah, we'll have to find someone, just to kind of like help us along. If I get down to 2, I'll bail. Ooh, let's break. Wow, 1 HP. 1 HP on the stream, but the death counter did not tick down to 0. Theldimar escapes with his life. Barely. Yeah, I don't think the Warriors can hit a 3. That's why I'm risking it down to 3, but I definitely know they can hit a 1. I've seen them hit plenty of 2s on me, so yeah, 2 or 1, that's the time to tuck our tail and bail. All right. See here, I want to dump off some herbs. Just want to make sure I don't have any of that. Oh, do I have a page 2 now? Wow, look at that. Getting fancy here. Okay, let's see. What else did I have? Some runes? Yeah, I had some runes to drop off. Is that it? Is that everything? Yeah, that's it. All right, now we can make our way over to Lumbridge. We'll go back to Lumbridge and we'll kill some cows and get back to full health and load up on food again. And just go back and forth. And I feel like the cows are probably going to hit 20 attack, which will be awesome. Yeah, that'll feel like a pretty big milestone. Having 20 attack and 20 strength, we can start working our way up to 20 defense. Moving up in the world. Need to check something quick. It's okay. It's okay. External notification. Okay. Yeah, now let's head back over to cow pasture, and let's get back to killing some cows. Y'all just think, you jump back into the stream, you think that you're done seeing the cows, but every episode, here we are, right back at the farmer's cow pasture, doing what we do best in RuneScape, which is just slaughter cows mercilessly. In revenge for the one death at the bottom right of the screen, you see the death counter? Yep, that is courtesy of the cows. Wow, down to 2 hits against a cow. That's unfortunate, right? Might actually need to just go ahead and cook one and eat it, just to not get wrecked by these cows. Should also think about upgrading my my axe in the near future. Okay, let's go ahead and try to cook this. Cooks. Yay! Sweet. Keep the combat going. Wow, the cow hit me again. Yeah, we're getting pretty close. Yeah, it should just be a few cows. Wow, he hit me again? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we should be really close. 2 more cows, and we'll hit 20 attack. Let's go. Then we can switch to training defense. This is great, guys. We're already going to hit another attack level. Okay, so back to the list of quests. Shield of Arav, that's one where we will need a friend, to deal with gangs in Varrock, and that will be the end of the 6 quests that were available on launch day in January 4th, 2001, which is super interesting. And the only thing that should keep us from immediately launching into those quests will be finding a partner in the Shield of Arav. So if you have an Open RuneScape Classic account and you haven't done Shield of Arav, pardon me for pronunciation, I'm just kind of taking my best stab at the pronunciations here. If you have not done this quest, I would love to host you on the stream and to do the quest with you. Looking for a partner for Shield of Arav once I get there. That will be very much to my benefit. Okay. Ooh. Gotta see. Yeah, I don't really mind agility, but I know a lot of people hate agility. Totally get that rage. 100% get that. Okay, so moving on from the Shield of Arav quest. Oh, level 20, attack. Let's go. Switch to defense XP. Awesome. Okay, we're not at combat level 21 yet, but that is 2 levels so far. And I want to say every like 4-ish levels or so, we're going up a combat level. So that is good news. 25 minutes into the session, and oh, he needs 50. That is unfortunate. And we've already gained 2 attack levels. That is exciting, and defense should take less time because it's a lower level. So hopefully we can grind out some levels in this stream, this session. Also, the higher combat level we go, the more effectively we're able to put down our opponents, and that should lead to higher XP rates as well. Okay, getting back to the discussion on quests, pardon me for getting sidetracked over and over again. My mind is just, kind of all over the place when playing this game, but, it's fun. It's a fun time. We're about to hit level 12. See, there's another diversion. But quest number 7 dropped on the 21st of January, 2001. That is Ernest the Chicken, which I'm super stoked for as well. That one has a famous lever puzzle. And, as a part of this playthrough, I'm not using any guides at all to help me through the game. So it'll be fun to try to figure out the lever puzzle on my own. It'll be fun to explore Draenor Mansion. That will just be a blast. If I recall, Ernest the Chicken also has some good humor in it as well. I don't know that there's going to be really any lore other than maybe like some intro lore to vampires or something, but I don't think it actually mentions vampires in Ernest the Chicken. I'm not exactly sure. But whatever the case, 1 week later, on the 28th of January, they released Vampire Slayer, which is pretty cool. Vampire Slayer, if I remember, is a really, really short quest, more or less like, go kill a vampire, okay, thanks, and if you just go do it, then you win. I could be wrong. I could not remember it correctly, but I feel like that was just like a super, super short quest. More or less just another combat encounter. But whatever the case, that should be good fun. Taking on the vampire and Vampire Slayer. And I think it might be a lower level combat encounter too at that point, which is also interesting. Let me see if the manual says. If we go down to Vampire Slayer. Ooh, a woodcut level. That's cool. We're working our way up in the world. Okay, Vampire Slayer. The people of Draenor Village live in constant terror. Their numbers are dwindling, all due to the foul creature lurking in the manor to the north, known as a vampire. Minimum requirements, able to defeat a vampire. Okay, so this is another case where we're not going to know the combat level of our opponent until we get there. So considering it comes further in the list, we may be able to imply that the vampire is a higher level. If they were thinking about like combat progression, but it's very possible that they might have wanted a lower level combat encounter. I don't remember the vampire being as impressive or as difficult as Delrith himself. So, I don't know for sure, but it's very possible that that Vampire Slayer fight could be a little over our heads, or it could be, kind of trivial, or just not the biggest challenge at that point. Should still be fun though. Interesting. Okay, the quest length, the mission length says medium. There might actually be more steps, maybe to do with. There may be more steps involved than I recall. Potentially dealing with like garlic or wooden stakes or something of that nature. Hey, 12 prayer, let's go. We are gaining level after level on the stream. Great news. Get up to health. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Shout out to my viewer. Appreciate you being here while I work my way forward in combat on Theldimar, the Ironman Open RuneScape Classic player. Okay, Vampire Slayer should be fun. That is quest number 8 out of 50. Moving forward at number 9, we have Imp Catcher. Imp Catcher released on the 16th of February, 2001. And if I remember right, in Imp Catcher, we're basically hunting down beads. I think we're for a wizard, we're hunting down beads, killing imps over and over again, just trying to get these 4 beads. I can't remember what it's for, so I am interested in learning why the wizard wants the beads, what the beads do. Hopefully there's some kind of like a cool magic story behind that. That will be intriguing to me. Be certainly intriguing. Yeah, Imp Catcher. The combat should be just against imps, I believe. Could be wrong, but it should literally just be like a grind task, finding and killing imps over and over again. Okay, next up is Prince Ollie Rescue, which is another quest that has been redone and actually split into multiple quests. in RuneScape 3, that's not a lot of meat. We actually might want to take another cow trip, which is kind of okay. Making money on the crafting, but just not enough cooked meat, really. Spend any appreciable amount of time with the warriors, but we're still getting decent XP at the cows just because we're able to kill them so quickly. So I may have made the jump over to warriors kind of too quick, but that's kind of okay. I kind of like going back and forth. It makes the gameplay feel a little more varied, going back and forth between the cows and the warriors and breaking it up with, like, crafting and stuff like that. Cooking kind of makes the grind a little less grindy, a little more fun. Yeah, it's working out pretty well for me so far. Prince Ollie Rescue. Manual says no minimum requirements, but it's a long quest. So this will really be our first desert quest, right? So that will be a lot of fun. Hopefully with some lore. If I remember right, I think that quest sprawls all the way over to like Draenor and whatnot. So that one should just be fun, like trying to figure out where to go, what to do, who to talk to, what decisions to make. Hopefully that is an interesting questing experience, which is the primary reason that I'm here is that I want to just kind of like uncover the story in RuneScape Classic as much as I can for fun. I really enjoy lore in these games. It's definitely one of my favorite aspects of any RPG gaming world. So yeah, uncovering that little by little should be fun. But up to this point, that's quest number 10. And the only real blocker that I can see is, finding a partner in Shield of Arav. With worst case scenario, I have another Open RuneScape Classic account called Westbrook that is, kind of like my main non-Ironman account. And he also needs to do the Shield of Arav. So potentially I could log into 2 accounts at once and do it together. But I'd much rather find a friend to do the quest with. That would definitely be my preference. Okay, that takes us to Doric's quest, which, if I remember, is like a mining or smithing kind of quest. I think Doric is a dwarf. I can't exactly remember what goes on in that quest. I think in RuneScape 3, the modern Doric's quest is also different. Like, I think Doric is RuneScape 3 is kind of like a hub for mining and smithing. I think maybe that quest lets you unlock Blurite, which is like another metal, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if that's the right quest, though. Whatever the case, I know that it surrounds mining and smithing somehow. I don't think there's any combat there. Let's see. Yeah, no quest requirements, and it's a short quest, so yeah, that one will be interesting. Kind of a different, like, skilling-oriented quest. Which will be fun to see. And then after that, we suddenly run into quest number 12, the Black Knight's Fortress. And that is where I imagine we will kind of get hung up on combat again. I don't know if, perhaps if we collected, enough food, we could, grind out some kills against Black Knights. But we might need to grind combat. We might need to stop after Doric's quest and grind out some combat and practice against the Black Knight south of Draenor before starting that quest and seeing how it goes. Yeah, not sure if we'll be able to kill a level 46 knight at combat level 30. Will require just a tad bit more grinding, but hopefully we don't need to grind all the way up to 46 to take on the Black Knight. That's my hope, at least. And to practice, all we really need to be able to do is just survive 3 hits from a Black Knight to see, if we are even capable of just standing in there with him without getting, absolutely wrecked. So that'll be interesting. That's kind of like where I perceive a little hang up. But from Demon Slayer to Doric's quest, I think those episodes of the series are just going to be like back-to-back quest grinding, and I really think those are going to be fun episodes for me and hopefully for y'all too, to see quest content back to back. Yes, defense level 17 and combat level 21 on the stream. Let's go. Only 9 combat levels to go to our target goal of combat 30. I can feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins from hitting another level. That's probably a little dramatic, but RuneScape's fun. Getting rewarded for your grind is always a fun thing. Okay, so now let's get to combat 22. Let's gotta stockpile some food as quickly as we can to get back over to the warriors and the real good XP. Hopefully, as we start to kill them quicker and quicker. Let's see, hits. We have a long way to go for hits, so it's very likely that we will not hit another hits level in this stream. We hit a prayer recently, so we have a way to go in prayer. Yeah, so I guess the goal will be to get defense to 20, and that potentially will take us over to combat level 22, but there's no guarantee that just 3 levels will take us all the way there. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. We'll have to bury 57 of these normal bones to get another prayer level 2, so it's likely that a prayer plus 3 defense levels would probably be a combat level. Just not sure if 3 defense levels will translate to a combat level. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out on the stream. You'll see it here with me live for your viewing pleasure. Once we hit all 20s, what our combat level will be as far as melee stats go. Which is really cool. Moving up in the world, suddenly a lot of things in the game world become much more manageable. Now that we're kind of like climbing up to this combat level. 20 defense will also unlock more armor for us, which in the manual I cannot find. I can't find the levels at which you unlock certain gear, and I remember in RuneScape 2, I believe, I want to say iron was unlocked at level 1. So it's possible that like steel was unlocked at like 10 and that mithril was unlocked at like 20. So it's possible that once we hit 20 defense, and for sure we should be able to equip steel by that point, but it's very possible that we can equip like mithril already at that point in this game, which is also super interesting and pretty cool. The only way I can really see to test this out would be to buy the gear, to pony up the money, buy the gear, and try to put it on. That's the only thing I can think of. Examining your armor, I don't think tells you. Let's see. These look pretty heavy. That's very true. Yeah, they don't tell you what level that you need to equip them. And I'm not looking it up. I'm only using the manual, so I'm just gonna have to go. I'm just gonna have to go buy the gear, and give it the good old college try. Let's friendly. Hello. Wow, look at all these people online. Oh my gosh, how many people do we have sounding off on Open RSC? We've got 9 online right now. That is great. There's 1 on cabbage and 9 on preservation. That is freaking cool. Let's go. Okay, let's not burn it. Okay, let's see how many we can actually cook. Burning. Kind of had a bad RNG with that fire. A lot of times it only takes 1 or 2 tries now. Who is this? Hi. D-slay no one. That is really cool. I just thought it was like a man walking up, but no, it's a player. That is really cool. Look at all the conversation going on in the game. That's great. I've been on before where, there's only like 1 or 2 people online. It's kind of fun having so many people online at once. Field paladins, but it's worthless at, what did he say? 72? Level 72. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. 72 thieving. We definitely have a ways to go to catch up with the more dedicated players in this game. Okay, so something else that I wanted to talk about. I guess not really something else, but we've kind of gone over that first kind of like road plan before. It's more or less me just kind of like reminding you of where we're heading with the series. Racing. Oh, he says racing. Interesting. He's racing. Is that like part of a quest or something? I don't know. Anyway, what I was curious to look at as far as questing goes is after we're able to finally finish Black Knight's Fortress, what is the next roadblock for us? Kind of what I'm curious about. That's cool. There's a price guide on the Discord. That doesn't really matter for us as an Ironman account, but for my Westbrook character, that's pretty useful. Okay, so after Black Knight's Fortress, which is where I'm, kind of seeing the next combat-related hold-up, which is still a novice quest, by the way, we have Witch's Potion, which I remember Witch's Potion being my very first members quest when I finally got membership after playing as a free player for so many years. I remember feeling so epic when I was finally able to get membership. Went across to Taverley and immediately did Witch's Potion. That was a freaking blast. But let's look at the requirements for Witch's Potion and just see. So that one's oh, is it? Oh, no, never mind. I'm thinking, I did not know that was a free quest. Okay, I didn't know that existed in RuneScape Classic. I'm thinking of Witch's House, which is a different quest. Witch's Potion is in Remington, and it's a short one with no requirements. That has to do with, like making like some kind of dye or something. Maybe the purpose of that quest is like to teach the player how to actually like use or make dyes. Kind of my guess. But that one should be pretty easy, actually. If anyone needs help with Night Sword, I'll come be a distraction, lol. We will try not to like use anyone else to help us complete our questing objectives either. I'll try to solo basically everything I do in this game in the spirit of an Ironman account. Not getting outside help with combat encounters is kind of part of that that goal for this account. So it's 21. That's exciting. We must have hit that during the stream, and I just like maybe didn't notice when it happened. But let's definitely say hello to Orb, the most impressive player on the RSC Preservation server. If I know how to chat. I want to say that's on 71 XP. Yeah, so okay. With that, let's kind of like change our. Oh, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you being here. Let's translate over to talking about the high scores just for a second, because when I was last online, Orbrun was about to hit 70 million XP. I was like, wow, she's about to hit 70. Now she's past 71. She was at 69, now past 71. That's epic. Total of 1479, getting close to 1500. That is just nuts. It's really cool to watch progress as she makes her way up. Not up the leaderboards because she got the number one slot, but just like watching the XP grow and grow. Yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. But anyway, let's take a look at Theldimar and Theldimar versus Westbrook, which Westbrook is my main open RC account, not an Ironman. Representing how much time I've played. Before I have 3 accounts. I have Twin Rova, which is like one that I kind of started and stopped. I was going to do a stream with it, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. Westbrook, I had a little series that I started and didn't finish. Just like a regular RuneScape Classic character, and then Theldimar is now my Ironman character, and I'm, committing to take Theldimar at least to the Cape of Legends, which is an exciting goal. Let's go ahead and get into combat. But anyway, at the beginning of the stream, my total level was 216. So I was at slot 244 on the high scores, and my current goal is just to surpass my main, Westbrook, who is at 232. So we were 12 ranks behind Westbrook, and Westbrook has a total level of 233 at rank 232, okay? In case those numbers might be a little weird. But we're now at 222 total level, which is 11 behind. That is 11 levels behind Westbrook, which is pretty awesome. I just want to refresh and see if we move up from 244. And we did, 244 to 241. So we're about to hit 240 on the RSC preservation leaderboards. We're on page 12, in case you're interested in checking that out. And so is Theldimar, or so is Westbrook, rather. Sweet and herb. Yep, need a higher herb law level, but that's cool that the warriors here drop so many different herbs. Like that is, that's honestly really useful. Very cool. Yeah, so so far, we are slowly but surely making our way up the leaderboards. We're about to hit 240. One more level up, and we'll hit 240, and we'll still, we'll be, yeah, let's. I know, right? Party. I'm lame, I know. You don't have to remind me. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be closing in on Westbrook sooner or later. So that'll be 233. Yeah, we're 11 levels away. Yeah, we're working our way there. It'll just be kind of fun for me when this Iron Man character surpasses my main and becomes, kind of like my new main character with Iron Man stipulations. Loose Iron Man stipulations. I took some holiday items in a trade just for fun. Purely cosmetic, won't help my gameplay. But I did do that. There's no actual Iron Man like implementation in this game, so just kind of like a fun thing to do. I might end up trading that items over to Westbrook, the main, anyway. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun working my way up the leaderboards as well. Kind of like a fun little side journey along the way to the Cape of Legends. I also really love a side objective that I enjoy trying to achieve is like getting base 10s in all of my skills, which we are at, I want to say 12 out of 18 skills at 10 or higher. And one that I was considering working on is thieving in the near future. If I would like to upgrade to steel armor next, I'm considering trying to get my thieving level up, and I know that'll be like quite the grind at the lowest levels, but it should generate a cash flow and potentially combat XP too. When we fail and we have to go into combat with whoever we lose against, that could be a fun way to build up the cash required for steel armor. Because I don't feel like mining and smithing my way up to the gear. I think I want to buy up to the mithril, at least as far as I can purchase it. I would like to do so, just to kind of like speed up my progress, making my way through the game's questing content. We are definitely just with one more defense level, we are taking less damage against the warriors. Noticeably so for me. I don't know if it's as noticeable for you. It could just be wishful thinking, but I think 16 and 17 made a significant difference, I think. It seems like we're just not having to eat as much between rounds, which is great. We should hit 18 in the pretty near future. Just a few more kills, and yeah, I'm hoping we cross the threshold soon where we don't really have to eat a lot of food. I don't have to take near as many trips over to the cow pasture. Be great. Hassan here, if I examine, says the Chancellor to the Emir. Okay, so there's like a little bit of a lore. So I do remember Emir being like the magistrate of Kharid, and I can't remember if Kharid is in some kind of like confederacy with the other cities in the desert, but I don't think there are actually other cities in the desert at this point. Yeah, like if I check out the map, ooh, we might have to explore the desert. There is actually Shantae's Pass. There's something in the desert. Do I get to go there in a quest? That is actually really cool. Interesting. We'll have to get, like, what, water pouches and go explore the desert and just, see what's out there. Um, Man, I really kind of just, like, love exploring this game world. The art and everything and just, like, the way it's set up is really fun for me. Yeah, we'll definitely have to someday make the trip down there and just see. I hope a quest takes us there. I don't know if it will, but here's hoping. Quest. It's us. It's us over there. So, very interesting. Yeah, so there aren't other cities in this game. Obviously, eventually we have, like, Menephos and Sophonim. There's the bandit camp, and I might be missing Polnovich? Paul. I'm probably butchering that, but that's something that I always, like, look at and just kind of, like, I guess my eyes skip over. Wow, I need to eat to make room for stuff. That's the first time that's happened. Okay, can I identify any of these herbs? No, that's A-okay. We're still collecting them from later. It'll be helpful in future points with herb law. So the Emir, at least in this game, is like the standalone ruler of the desert. So Al-Kharid is the only city in the desert at this point in time in RuneScape's history. So yeah, the Emir is in control, and Hassan is the chancellor to the Emir, which is interesting. Is the Emir here? Do we have an Emir? Is there an upstairs? Can I go upstairs here? Yeah, I haven't really actually explored the palace beyond just, like, fighting the creatures here. We have, like, the shops and stuff around Al-Kharid. And we have Hassan, the Chancellor, to the Emir. Yeah, defense level, let's go. Level 18 defense. Awesome. That is great. Great progress, and hopefully that, that's taking us on our way to combat level 22 is my goal for this present stream. Hopefully we can get there a reasonable amount of time, but right now I'm just kind of curious about Palace. Yeah, I think in RS2 there is an upstairs portion of Al-Kharid. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm fairly certain that there is. Yeah, that's just really really strange that there's no upstairs, so there might not be an Emir here. Does that mean that the Emir is in a different city, and that even though the other cities aren't in the game world yet, that they're maybe referenced or implied or something? Is the Chancellor the leader of Al-Kharid, but the Emir is the leader of, like, Menephos or something? I don't remember the lore there. That'll be interesting to think about. I'm not 100% certain what the truth is there. Whatever the case, I believe it'll be Prince Ollie rescue when we actually talk to Hassan, so maybe we'll get to ask him about it. I don't know that there's, like, a ton of options in these quests, but, as far as dialogue goes, but yeah, we'll see what we can find out. See what we can find out when we get there. Okay, we need 9 more warriors to hit another defense level. So let's just roll through warriors best we can. It's also possible that we're having to eat less food just because we're training defense and we're playing in defense mode. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. This is Ironman Theldimar in the Open RuneScape Classic Preservation, a private server, authentic replica of the original RuneScape Classic game. And yeah, right now we're grinding combat XP, hanging out at the warriors in Al-Kharid, just kind of working our way up towards combat level 30. In preparation for taking on Delrith in the Demon Slayer quest. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all being here, hanging out with me. Feel free to jump in the chat if you feel like it, or if you just want to hang back and lurk and listen to me ramble about... today it's about classic lore, at least what we can derive from what we're seeing in the game world thus far. Yeah, feel free to do so. There's nothing, literally nothing stopping you from lurking as long as I'm online, so... I definitely appreciate you being here. Okay. What, 8 more? 8 more warriors until the next defense level? Sweet. We should get all 20s in these 3 melee stats on the stream, which would be great, especially if we can just roll through these warriors as quickly as we have been. Every defense level is just giving us that endurance to stick around to stick around in the court longer before having to make the trip over for extra food. We're also getting all of these herbs, which is a great benefit. Ooh, down to 6 hits. We're definitely going to have to eat after this encounter. Yeah, I'm super excited to be loading up on some nice loot. Nice loot for the future. Yeah, wow, that is a lot. That was a lot of meat to get up to level. It would probably be to our benefit at some point to go fish. Now that we're level 11 fishing, to go try to fish like with bait for, what is it, like sardines maybe? It's like the level like 5 fish or something. And then at 15 you can net fish and get anchovies instead of shrimp. So getting some kind of like more efficient food source would be good as we move up in combat level. That would be an improvement, definitely. We're slowly working our way there. Okay, let's bring the conversation back to questing. So when we were talking about quests before, we talked about Dork's quest and Black Knight's Fortress and Witch's Potion. Fun fact, those all released on the same day. I didn't realize, but there was like a batch release of quests on April 6th of 2001. It was pretty cool, making our way through the spring. Dork's Quest, Black Knight's Fortress, and Witch's Potion all launched on the same day, along with the Knight's Sword. That's the one I think that mentions the Ice Giant. Let's see if I can find it in the manual. Again, not using any quest guides, only using the official RuneScape descriptions as provided in the 2003 RuneScape Classic manual. Looking for the Knight's Sword. It's a long quest, mining level 10, and must not be afraid of a level 68 Ice Giant. Must not be afraid means we probably have to run past it, but don't have to kill it. It would be kind of fun to kill it if we were able to. I don't know. That should be a fun one. At least, hopefully, we can bring food and maybe survive the first 3 hits. See how it goes. Play around with fighting the Ice Giant. But that'll be another interesting combat encounter, and that is quest number 14. All of that is on April 6th of 2001. That is followed up with Goblin Diplomacy as quest number 15. Okay, Goblin Diplomacy. I can find that one. I do remember that in the little goblin village. So yeah, no requirements, medium length. There's a disturbance in the goblin village. Help the goblins solve their disputes so the world doesn't have to worry about rioting goblins. That does seem like a pretty good motivation to go kind of like settle hostilities between... I think it's, if I remember right, there's some funny dialogue between a couple goblin generals, and it just kind of introduces you to the idea that the goblins are sentient, I guess, in that, you know, even though they're less intelligent, you know, they can think. They can say entertaining, humorous things to the player, which is kind of fun. Okay, now with Goblin Diplomacy, we hit May 8th of 2001. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you all being here. And I kind of want to just stop on May 8th, 2001, because with that quest, Goblin Diplomacy, we reach the point at which a new Open RuneScape Classic project going on stops. So the Open RSC team is currently working on 2001 Scape, which is a project that I am super excited about, and you can expect to see 2001 Scape content on my Twitch and YouTube channel. That is a very unique opportunity that I will not pass up. But that server will replicate the state of the game world as it existed on May 8th, 2001. So it should include quests up to the Goblin Diplomacy quest. Ooh, which means that there's an Ice Giant in the game. Okay, which is interesting because I was wondering before if the Black Knight would be the strongest attackable creature in 2001 Scape, and it does not appear that that will be the case just based on the quest requirements alone. Osman, this is another person. Looks to be a little shifty. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so that's just kind of like a cool thing going on in the RuneScape Classic private server community at the moment. Super stoked for that. The way the game plays should be different too. I was not able to play the game that early. Obviously, most people actually were not able to play the game that early. So I think that I think that's a really cool project. I think it's going to be just like a really unique experience for so many people if they choose to. They want to experience RuneScape how it was like in the very beginning, then they can. Like that's just one of the coolest things to me. That's a completely unique experience. At the very least, I've played Classic before starting the series, before even the little shutdown time period in 2018. I had played Classic, years before that, and I had experience with the game. I hadn't invested a massive amount of time in Classic or RS1 specifically. But this is just going to be a completely new experience. I believe there might be I don't know if one of the people watching right now are one of the Open RSC developers, which tends to happen. Thank you all for being here. If you want to comment on some weird things like good magic versus evil magic, maybe might be in the game at that point, or I want to say that I read that prayer is not. Hey, welcome, Luis. Definitely appreciate you being here. Just curious about some of the major differences between 2003 Scape and 2001 Scape that we can expect, especially large things like the separation of magic potentially, or prayer. I think I remember reading is an unimplemented skill. So that would be interesting to hear about if you'd like to jump in the chat about it. And that's another really cool thing about watching not just my streams, but any open RSC streams that you can find, because the devs get in it and they will kind of explain what's going on, and that's a lot of fun. Evil magic and good magic, so that will be really cool to play around with. Not being able to use magic in combat. Ooh, so are they all support spells? That is super interesting. Wow, it's going to be really cool to see how that works out. That's going to be such a new kind of fresh experience for me. That should be fun. If we make a goal, hey Zach, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Are you playing Hell Let Loose at the moment? And if you are, I am 1,000,000% down to join you tonight, since I have it installed, and I kind of played around with it the other day. Spent some time learning the Rifleman class in Hell Let Loose. Had a few really fun moments too. The battles anywhere outside Lumbridge. Battles anywhere outside Lumbridge. Wait a second. Okay, wait a second. You've got me kind of excited. Are you saying like OG PvP? Anywhere? Open world PvP? We'll be playing until 9 and then we'll be back around 11. Sweet. For those choosing PK mode. Oh my gosh, let's go. Oh, I'm so stoked for that. Everyone's gonna have to start from scratch too. No one's gonna be 99 strength on day 1 or anything, right? So that is going to be fun, I think, if people get into it and actually do it. I think that should be a blast. Wow. I loved open world PK, all the open PKing worlds. And that is going to be really fun for me. Yeah, I really want to, once I get to a higher level with this character, just start from the chosen class, right? Because there are classes, and maybe that influences just what your starting stats are at the beginning of the game. Maybe you get a little boost in a different in a certain skill based on which class you pick out the gates, rather than the uniform start like in 2003 Scape. That is really sick. That's so cool. I'm super stoked for that. Yeah, that's good stuff. 2001 Scape is going to be a blast. And what I was mentioning before is just that if I make a character and the early goal is to play through all the quests, I mean, it shouldn't take too terribly long to make our way through 15 quests. It's not going to be the most quest content ever, but it'll still be a good fun time. Skilling in a different way, seeing what the map looks like at that time, how restricted it was. And yeah, I think it's going to be a fun time. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Expect a 2001 Scape stream. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you being here. I want to shout out Zach again, aka Killer Crotch Goblin. And Zach, I will be on Hell Let Loose. I don't know. It might be close to the time that you get off at around 9 or so, because once this episode ends, I'm going to I'm going to cut the stream at some point, and then I'm just going to take like a short break, and then I'm going to get right back into it so I can record like 2 episodes of the series tonight, which will be fun. Just kind of trying to stock up on episodes for the coming work week, so I can release them on YouTube one day at a time. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be doing another hour-long RuneScape Classic session, but around that, I'm totally down to get on some Hell Let Loose. That game was so fun to play for the first time, and yeah, I want to get on comms with you. That will be a blast. Okay, Luis says, yeah, small XP and skills, adventure, warrior, necromancer, wizard, ranger. That's really cool. Did we hit 19? Yes, 19 defense. Let's go. Combat level 21 still. Jumping off a 9 to watch TV with Kaylee and then getting back on when she goes to bed. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I will maybe try to play with you like a little bit. Maybe after this. Maybe I'll play with you for a bit and then switch back to RuneScape Classic. Potentially. To have like a break in grinding between episodes. Possibly. Let's go ahead and let's kill another guard though before going to get more food. But yeah, so I guess that's on my agenda tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, after this, one more episode of Let's Play Open RSC, and then some Hell Let Loose, which is just like a really cool World War II simulator. Anyway, we just hit 19 defense here, and at the same time, Luis is explaining that we'll be able to choose from Adventurer, Warrior, Necromancer, Wizard, and Ranger. Okay, Wizard and Ranger, that makes complete sense. Like, you have higher magic or ranging levels maybe off the bat. I don't know what kind of like supporting stats would go with that, but that's pretty cool. We've got the Adventure. Get your episodes made if you need. I'll be on late since I don't have work. Ooh, are you off Monday? That's cool. I'm not off Monday, am I? There's not like a holiday or something. No, I don't think. Yeah, that's cool. Well, dude, that's cool that you have Monday off. I hope you enjoy that and get to game and just chill. I'll be on like a little late, but not like really late. Like I have been the last few nights. Okay, Adventure and Warrior. I'm trying to understand the difference. Oh, Necromancer. There's evil magic. So Necromancer. Ooh, I probably should not have gone into this fight with 5 hits. There's a cabbage over there I could eat. Why don't we go? Oh, I got to break first. Let's go take the cabbage. Hopefully he doesn't go stand on something else. Eat the cabbage. Yuck. It heals some health anyway. That's funny. How much did it heal? Like 1 or 2? Better than nothing. Every other Monday. Oh, that's sick, man. That's so cool that you get every other Monday off. That is really awesome. Yeah, I hope you get some rest and relaxation in there. Yeah, Necromancer, I'm guessing, probably has higher evil magic stats. The one thing that I'm curious about is Adventurer versus Warrior. I'm wondering if maybe Adventurer is like a more like well-balanced class, while, ooh, let's bail. Down to 1 hits again on the stream. Not another death for Theldimar. The death counter remains at 1, but we'll go put up all these herbs, and we will, I will go kill some cows. Continuing to work our way towards 20 defense. And hopefully level 22 combat comes in the near future as well. Yeah, my guess is just that maybe Adventure is more well-balanced with the starting stats, or maybe you get something else. Like, I don't know what skills are even out at this time that you could get a bonus in. Warrior sounds like it's probably like a strength buff. That's my guess. I don't know for sure, but if I was just guessing offhand, that is probably what I would guess comes from that. What class should I pick? That will be interesting. I don't know. Like maybe something general. If Adventure is more like a general class, I might just start from that just to, can we... It would be funny if it had a deprived, like in Dark Souls. Just like start me with the worst stats possible. Adventure is a bit of each combat, includes the magic's range. Oh, that's cool. So it's just like in general, just like a small little start. Warrior is the melee stats only. Okay. That is cool. That is really good to know. That is really good to know. Yeah, it'll be interesting deciding which class to pick, and the implications that it has like on on gameplay. For some reason, I feel like that there was some kind of skilling class. I could be wrong, but like, was there like a miner or something back in the day? I don't know if I like read that or and maybe that's wrong or what, but I feel like maybe there was a mining class at some time or some kind of like tradesman, maybe with like a mining smithing buff to start the game, but not completely certain. Miner was on the second version of the classes. Okay, that's really cool. So they kind of like played around with classes for a while before switching to the uniform start. I'm interested to know how 2001 Scape will go, like as far as like the wiki. Like, will there be a new dedicated 2001 Scape wiki, or will there just be articles explaining the 2001 Scape like version of certain of contents, like maybe sections added to explain 2001 Scape on the wiki? That will be an interesting challenge, I guess, for the team to face. Is what I'm thinking. Should be fun though. It'll be fun to see how y'all do that. I believe that Luis is an active, probably in the general wiki would cover. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe just like a page describing key differences or something, or just like mentioning like the dates and stuff. Oh, that's cool. So there's already historic content there. So maybe just like expanding historic content to include whatever. I guess, if you just know that content is there before a certain date, then it's applicable to 2001 Scape. So yeah, that should be really fun. Hopefully this cow can't hit me for 2, or else we're going to have our second death screen. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and eat our HP up a little bit. Wonder how many cows it would take to get to 20 defense. Let's see here. I gotta drop the logs first. I know that. Clicked on the wrong thing first. Maybe rates would be on the ORSC wiki and specifics. Yeah. Oh, the ORSC wiki, right? Because there's the RuneScape Classic wiki, and then there's the Open RuneScape Classic wiki. That makes sense. That should be a fun little project. I'm trying to compile that information. I feel like working on any kind of RuneScape Classic preservation server has to kind of sort of feel like being a librarian, I imagine. You have all this kind of information that you want to like gather and organize into, into a wiki that's in like a good readable format for storage, but also to inform like the development of the preservation servers as like an expression of what we know about how RuneScape was at a certain point in time. Super interesting. Love what y'all are doing. Can't shout out the OpenRSC team enough for making this possible. Let's pin the XP bar back. I keep unpinning it when I use the RSC Plus client and I open the bank and then I shut it. I unpin on accident the unpin the XP bar as I close the bank. Okay, we're at 4125, so it's probably going to be several cow kills. What it's like, was it 27 XP per cow? So, we likely will hit the next level not here on the cows, but once we head back over to the warriors, I'm guessing the next round of kills there. Put us over the hump to defense 20, and we'll see if that gets us to 22 combat. Yeah, and I don't know. I'm considering. I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but I'm considering stopping early, like from combat 30. So my original goal was to match Delrith at level 30, but I almost kind of want to see if we can kill him at a lower level. Kind of makes combat more dangerous too, not being on level. So I'm potentially thinking about stopping around 27 or so, just to experiment with the ability to take on Delrith. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think about that? It would cut down a little bit on the grind time before we start questing. The only problem is then, for sure, once we get to Black Knight's Fortress, we would have to stop and grind combat XP again, which is fine. I'm just fine with just chilling here and chatting with y'all. Talking some RuneScape Classic while grinding the skills is, the majority of gameplay. So, Still have a fun time, even if we have to break again at that point, before carrying on questing. Mostly for 2000 Escape, missing thing is feedback on what's missing. Feedback on what's missing. Okay, so like trying to understand what could be there that isn't already. Yeah, it seems like a pretty tough problem. What I know is guards trying to stop PKers in wine fermentation. Spinach roll giving a strength bonus? That's pretty funny, like Popeye style? LOL. That's pretty funny. Spinach giving a strength bonus. That is super interesting. I can totally see why they did that. That's fun. There's like little Easter eggs and stuff that they put in RuneScape. I love that. Like, I really love a serious fantasy game like Dark Souls, Skyrim. You know, like really serious dark topics. That's super fun for me. Witcher, enjoy all those franchises. I hope to make lots of other RPG content here, not just RuneScape. Even though RuneScape is my favorite game, and RuneScape Classic is probably my favorite expression of RuneScape just for its charm and difficulty. But even though I love all those dark kind of fantasy games, I love RuneScape's like punny nature. Like the little jokes, it's always like a wink wink, nudge nudge kind of thing here or there in the quest is so fun. Just kind of like lighthearted and stuff. But it still can get serious from time to time. Like, Demon Slayer, that's going to be a big deal. And then like in RuneScape 3 right now, you have like the Elder God Wars going on and a lot of like serious consequences for the game world. Gods like literally dying that maybe you like really cared about in the lore before. Too soon for the world wakes, for me still, but RuneScape can get really serious, but it never takes itself too seriously, and I super appreciate that. And I can see that even more so in Classic with all the little comments. Like my favorite so far, I think if I was gonna rank my like top examines, I want to say that like pretty far up there is I want to say the camel is it's a camel. Oh, it's a camel. Oh, hey, a cooking level. Let's go. That one's pretty funny, but I think my favorite is on Tutorial Island. When you examine the pillar, it's like, what am I examining a pillar for? And that kills me. I don't know why, but like, it's just like making fun of the player for choosing to examine a pillar. And like, I'm definitely the person that's like going around and examining like every little thing in the game world. So that one just made me laugh. Made me laugh a lot. Signs are funny too. Oh, I haven't really looked at many of the signs. I'm going to have to do that now. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. I want to say there's signage like here between Lumbridge and Varrock. There are road signs, but maybe like signs on like shops and stuff is maybe what you mean. Like on certain like inns maybe, or like banks. Maybe certain buildings have like funny signs. We'll have to check that out for some lore and Easter eggs as we go. That's fun. That should be entertaining. It's a multi-purpose cow. I wonder if this is a reference to your ability to kill it, to eat it, or to milk it. That's funny too, that it's a multi-purpose cow. Now I'm gonna have to start examining everything. A pointy tree, as opposed to non-pointy trees. Yep, a pointy tree. That's good stuff. I had no idea. I thought I was examining everything. I totally missed out on the trees right next to me. What about the gate? The gate is open. Okay, so it's just like a status read. Interesting. Drop the logs. Light a fire, cook our last food for this cow trip, hopefully, if I don't burn it. Sweet. Okay. Let's go back to the warriors. Plenty of hide added to the finances. To contribute to our finances, rather. And we should be pretty close to 20 defense now. Yeah, just under 100 XP away, and probably when I hit 20 defense, we'll end this episode. But if you're watching on Twitch, feel free to stay tuned. and probably like 5 to 10 minutes later, I'll go live again with another episode of Open RSC. Just for fun, keep the grind alive. Going, we're working our way towards either 27 or 30 combat level. I haven't decided. I guess we'll see when we get there, but I feel like I've got a pretty good rhythm going right now. The only other thing I can think of is maybe once we hit our combat level, I might work for money to upgrade our armor again to steel before taking on Delrith. But I might also just head on over there with iron and see if it's even necessary. I guess that'll be another thing that we just kind of see how it goes as it goes along. Whatever the case, when we hit 20 defense, we should unlock another armor, which I'm not sure whether that is. I'm going to guess that steel is 10 and that mithril is 20. But it's possible that it's like 1, 1, 5, 10, 20. It could be that steel is like 5 and mithril is 10 and adamant is 20. I don't know if that's true. Whatever the case, we should be at probably mithril or adamant once we hit defense 20. I'm guessing mithril. And we still have iron, which I'm guessing is level 1 requirements. Just based on my memory of RuneScape 2 and how it worked. Which could be wrong. It could not be correct, but whatever the case, we should be able to equip steel. So we'll have to make a decision about whether now is the time to improve our armor or not. And I think a fight with Delrith will, more or less give me that information that I need. Like, do I need to level up to 30? Do I need to get better armor? I guess we'll find out. Yes, we'll find out. Let's pick up the bones, sir. Then we need to eat. Okay. Let's see. I know I just checked this. We're close, right? Yeah, 4383 should just be a few more guards. And we're going to hit 20 defense. I hope that takes me to combat level 22. Might not feel like I'm ready to call the episode. We don't quite get there. We are pretty close to another level in prayer. We would need 23 more kills. Level prayer, and prayer could tip us over the edge to combat level 22. I feel pretty confident. I don't know for sure, but I think that 3 levels in a main stat plus a prayer level should be a combat level. Without looking at a formula, just kind of like guessing. I'm guessing that about every 4 or so we'll hit a new combat level. So, yeah. 20 defense might not be enough. It might. We'll see. Might keep the grind alive. You never know. Yeah, these defense improvements are definitely helping with our ability to tank, to avoid damage at all, which is great. Still having to eat, but not as much, I feel like. 44.25. So at 42 per kill, it should be 2 more warriors. 2 warriors to go, hopefully, until 20 defense and all base 20s in melee combat stats, which is exciting. Very, very stoked to be improving our combat stats. Okay. Also, how close are you to what? 733 is Westbrook's level, my main account, and I want to pass Westbrook with Theldimar. So we're at 226. We're getting really close. What is that? 7 levels away from equaling Westbrook in total skill level. So that's pretty cool. Right now, let's see. We started at what, 246. And now we're at 238 on the leaderboards. Let's go, working our way up the RSC preservation leaderboards. Got a total XP now of 51, almost 52k XP, which is pretty solid. More than 50k feels pretty good. Everyone around me has like 100 to 400, 100, 120,000 XP, 400,000 XP at the same total level as me, and I feel like they have to be like picking just like a few skills and just grinding those at the expense of others, or else I don't know how they would be, you know, obviously that's the case if they're so much higher in a total XP than me. I feel like I tend to kind of train things in a pretty balanced way. I don't really prefer to let certain skills take off, except for maybe combat, just because it like unlocks areas and content with your ability to, you know, not die as you travel around the game world. So combat will probably kind of like lead the charge, other than potentially mining, just because I love mining. If I was going to go for a 99 on this server, I feel like mining would probably be the first one, just because it's usually my favorite skill. Yeah, overall good progress, and yeah, this kill should take us over the edge. 20 defense, and we'll see. We'll see if it's 22 combat or not. And still 21 combat, but level 20 defense. Let's go. We're likely only one level of any kind, more than likely away from hitting combat level 22. So I think I'm going to keep this episode going. You know what? Like, I wanted 22 on the stream, so here we go. We are continuing the grind for one more level. I'm going to switch to strength, and I feel like we need 20 kills for prayer, and cows come pretty quickly. Or we need, for hits, we need 100, a little less than 120 XP. So, yeah, it shouldn't take too long to tick at least one of those, maybe both of those over, and that should definitely secure combat level 22 for Theldimar, which is going to be exciting. Getting closer and closer. 8 away from the goal of 30. Closing in on it. And thank you all so much for hanging out with me while I'm grinding. Y'all make this a blast. Y'all make this a blast. Hanging out with me. You know, just watching the Iron Man climb the hierarchy. Oh, my interface is freaking out. There we go. I like lost it for a second. No worries. Also want to shout out to the people on YouTube with your comments and suggestions. Appreciate y'all being there as well. Special thanks to Personius for commenting on every single video that I post. I really appreciate you for watching after the fact as well. Yep, just appreciate you all. I know I say that a lot, but it is the honest truth. You should feel the appreciation when you watch my stream. Small-time RPG streamer here, just for fun. Just for fun. No other reason. 19 kills left for a prayer level. Probably a good chunk of time until a strength level, but yeah, I don't ascertain us needing to hit that in this stream to reach combat level 22. Yeah, it's not even that. It's not that I want to like jump off the stream. This is a freaking blast. I just want to hit my goal before taking a break in between streams. I want to hit that 22 combat level mark. So we gained 2 combat levels in this session, which is a feat. You know, there's going to come a time, you know, it won't be too far from now, when we definitely will not be able to gain 2 combat levels in one stream, just based on the amount of time that it's going to take to level each stat. So the grind will get just a little bit slower. That's okay. That is a-okay. We will keep charging forward into the grind towards our goal of the Cape of Legends. We will make our way there, slowly but surely. 227. Only 6 levels away to tying my main, Westbrook, on the leaderboard. 14 hits with no food. We can take on. We can take on another Kharid warrior. Yeah, I feel like this spot is gonna stay good XP for us for quite a bit. You know, I feel like we still could kill them faster and faster and keep the XP rolling. You know, fast enough for these levels to be, you know, somewhat feasibly quick. Hits is getting close. We're under 100 XP away now. Man, we're going to be at 22 hits? That's crazy. Going to the Delrith fight, we're going to be somewhere close to probably like 23, 4 or so hits. That's going to be really cool. I wonder how much HP Delrith has. That'll be interesting to see. Delrith won't be able to eat. That's like the one thing that like the player has. The one thing that the player has on everyone else, other than PKers, of course, is that you can eat and you can pot up once you have some herb law, some good potions, and you get some, you know, some nice little temporary advantages against your opponents in combat. Definitely have to take advantage. Yeah, 10 more warriors until a level. That's actually not so bad. Other than that, we're going to need food before we get through 10 warriors. That's pretty cool. So I guess we'll probably start the next session just about to tick over a level, which will be cool. Hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. Working my way towards 22 combat level at the moment. Grinding combat XP in Kharid. Hanging out here on a Sunday evening, a Sunday night. Streaming from Northwest Arkansas. Wonder where you all are watching from. Fun to hear where some of y'all are tuning in from. See, are we spanning the country? Are we spanning the globe? Are y'all in England? Like, do we have some? I don't even know where all the open RSC devs are from. Like, are y'all in the UK? Are y'all in like the US? I don't know. I don't know where everyone's at. That's kind of interesting to think about. 5 hits left. Yeah, we'll go collect food next, and that should help us get the prayer quicker anyway. Because we only need after this 16 more bones. Tick up to 13 prayer. Ooh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're getting 14 hits XP with every kill too. Yeah, we'll definitely hit a hits level. Yeah, that should probably be the next thing, I'm guessing. I'm guessing hits will level before prayer. That's just my guess. All right, what are y'all's opinions about stopping early at 27? Since now I know that Delrith is at 30, and I'm really tempted just to go try to fight him at 27 just to see, you know, if I can, you know, win a fight up like that with food and stuff. What do y'all think about taking him on early, like not grinding all the way to 30? So if that's the case, if that was the case, we'll be really close. 22 combat will only be what, 5 levels away from 27? I mean, that'll be really cool. It'll only be a few more sessions and we'll be ready for the large grind up through from quest number 2 through 11, from Demon Slayer through Dork's quest, back to back, only halting potentially at the Shield of Arav. And if we have to chill out and kind of like wait for that for a minute, no big deal. We can go back to grinding combat XP or in, you know, getting ready for Black Knight's Fortress while we wait for a partner, which would be fun. And if all else fails, can use my own account as the second. But I'll post about it in the Open RSC Discord and see if anyone wants to jump on the stream with me to you know, to facilitate the trading of shield parts in Shield of Arav, assuming that is what's going to happen. Assuming that quest is still like OG RuneScape, like RuneScape 2. Pardon me. To see if OG RuneScape Classic is like what I remember in RuneScape 2. Okay, let's go kill some cows. Let's kill some cows. Let's tick either hits or prayer and see if we can't claim 22 combat level for this session. So exciting to get there. Hey, this time I'm not getting to the cows at 2 hits in risking death. So just like brazenly. At the very minimum, you know, I'm over here with 7 right now, so that's not so bad. I'm not risking too hardcore. I think it makes everything more fun when it's a little more dangerous. So I feel I'm really starting to be of the opinion that I should stop at 27 and at least go try Demon Slayer. I mean, the worst thing that happens is I die and lose my iron that I just, saved up for. No big deal, right? Like, I can just save up for it again. Um, in case I'm not able to run from Lumbridge all the way up to Delrith to pick up my stuff. I'll get to keep 3 items, right? So it won't be so bad. Probably keep the body and legs and helmet is what I would guess. Is what I would keep. It wouldn't be the biggest deal in the whole world, right? Go turn to thievery on the streets to make some money. Build up Theldimar's thieving and his lawless reputation throughout the lands. Where's hits at? How close are we? If I have 82 to 56.24. Yeah, we're really close. We are really close. Ooh, I just figured out that if I right-clicked on a skill in the RSC Plus client, I can pin it. Actions until level 4, so only 4 cattle left until another hits level. Let's go. That's really cool. That is great. Okay, this is going to be the part of the stream where I drop some links on your head. Okay, so I'm assuming that everyone watching here already plays RuneScape Classic. I could be wrong, but it's very likely that you play RuneScape Classic if you're watching me right now. However, if you don't, if you haven't, or if you have and you're not on Open RuneScape Classic, if you want to play on the same authentic private server as me, here is a link to Open RuneScape Classic where you can sign up for an account. I believe you can play in your browser. You can download and install the OpenRSC client, which is really cool and has a funny first-person mode, apparently, that I haven't tried yet, but that I need to try. And that also... and also, on top of that, if you would like to use the fancy client that I'm using, the RSC Plus client, developed by some of the same developers at OpenRSC, you can head over here, and then there's really just one step you need to take to kind of hook up RSC Plus to Open RuneScape Classic on the back end. And if you need help performing that step, you can head over to the Open RuneScape Classic Discord, which I would highly, highly recommend getting involved with. Even if you don't want to play, just being there and chatting is a lot of fun. But you can go there and get help on setting up the RSC Plus client to point at Open RuneScape Classic. And you can play just like me. You can join me in the cow field. We can grind our combat level together. Doesn't that just sound like a blast? Now, most of you watching are probably playing OpenRSC already and a way higher level than me. So it's probable that you might not need to do that, but just in case you do, go over there, make your account, come have fun with us. We had 9 people on earlier. Let's see if the numbers have dwindled down at all. We've still got 8 online and 3 on Cabbage, so looks like more people overall are playing. Yes, hits level, and yes, combat level 22. Let's go. That is so exciting. Oh, also, if you come hang out in OpenRSC Discord and create an account, all that good stuff, you'll be in the know when 2001 Scape launches, which will be a big deal. Wow, this client just gets cooler and cooler as I slowly discover its perks. Being able to pin certain skills to get information about how many actions until the next level is super motivating. All right, this has been a blast. Please stay tuned. I'm going to cut this episode, and then I'm going to start another one probably in, I'm guessing, roughly 10 minutes, so probably 7:50. I'll go live again for episode, is this going to be 14 of Let's Play Open RuneScape Classic? If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you in the next episode. In this episode, we were able to climb from combat level 20 to 22 on our way to, now I think, okay, I'm just going to say it. We're going to climb to combat level 27 before we attempt to fight Delrith, so I only anticipate a few sessions to go until we get there. It won't be long, and yeah, we will be taking our shiny iron armor on up the hill to Varrock to chat with the Gypsy and to eventually culminate in a fight with Delrith, and it's going to be a blast, and I hope to see you there. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Have a great